Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to learn the basics of different vocabulary terms for your perspective drawing project. Before you get drawing, you got to understand these vocabulary terms so you can create your perspective drawing. So to start off, perspective is creating the illusion of depth on a flat surface to make something look more realistic. So if we take a look at this artwork, there's a variety of skills the artist is using and techniques to show this illusion of depth on a flat surface. And we're going to be talking about those. So the first term you need to understand is vertical. I'm going to use the word vertical to describe things that are up and down. Usually these will be lines. If you're looking at a map, it'll be north and south, or if it's a piece of paper, it's known as portrait. The opposite of vertical is horizontal. Horizontal is left to right on your paper, and usually horizontal lines are going to be what I refer to. East and west if you're thinking of a map, and landscape is the orientation of the paper. When you intersect these lines, you're going to create a 90-degree angle, and that's going to be critical to make sure that your ruler is perpendicular with the bottom of your paper to create that 90-degree angle, to make sure that your vertical lines are accurate. Next, we'll be defining horizon line. The horizon line is the line that separates the ground from the sky. So if we look at this artwork, the image or the ground is below the blue line and the sky is above that line. So anything below that line is touching the ground, and anything above that is extending off the ground, kind of reaching up into the sky, or could potentially be floating like a cloud or a bird or something else. Vanishing point. A vanishing point is the point where nothing is visible. It's where all converging lines or parallel lines meet or intersect at a distance that's so far away you can't see it. I've added a blue dot here to indicate the vanishing point where all those different lines merge. Parallel lines are two or more lines that will never intersect or cross paths. These two blue lines are parallel. These lockers have several sets of lines, including vertical and parallel, but let's focus on the parallel lines here. When these parallel lines don't intersect or cross paths, they're obviously parallel lines. But if we pretend to tilt our head and look down the alleyway or the hallway, you'll notice that these parallel lines seem to converge on that vanishing point. So these are called converging lines. So they're parallel lines in reality, but in perspective, they are known as converging. So I just want to make sure we understand the difference from parallel lines versus converging lines. Here's another example of converging lines versus parallel lines. Again, if you're looking at a road from a bird's eye view or up in the sky looking down, they're going to appear parallel. But if you are looking at it from the ground level, you'll notice that those parallel lines have turned into converging lines because they converge on the vanishing point that is on the horizon line. So for your drawing, you're going to be using vertical lines, parallel lines, and converging lines to create a realistic sense of depth in your drawing. We're going to be using two-point perspective, which is when objects move back in the distance through lines that connect to 2 points. You're going to be using paper, rulers, erasers, and pencils to create your artwork.